Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is Farm Sim 19. We're on a brand new map from GB Modding. This is Little Norton, just released today. I've been waiting for this one for a while. I've seen some early access previews of the map, and it is gorgeous. It's a map set in Great Britain, so you see a lot of smaller fields, you see a lot of smaller, tighter areas, smaller roads, but the way it is set up, the way everything interacts is just love it. The series is going to be Big One in Little Norton. So Big One is the name of the series, and here in a moment I'll go over what that Big One refers to and what that will mean to this playthrough, how it'll affect me. So you can see we have 56 fields on this map. A lot of the fields within the center of it. And then around the exterior of it, we have some forestry areas. We also have some horse grazing areas, trails. I would love to get into that. It's still something I've not gotten into in this game. If this series takes off, if you like it, please hit that like button. Do subscribe as well for more great content. And in order for this series to get to that point where I'm going to get be able to train horses, which, like I said, I haven't had a chance to do it yet. I would love to get involved in that. This series is going to have to get through a number of episodes, and that does begin with this first episode. It is the all-important measurement of whether a series has any chance of going anywhere or not. People don't jump in on episode number 10 when they haven't seen the first 9, or when they haven't seen episode number 1 in particular. So please like and subscribe, and with that, let's get into it. So we are starting from scratch for this one. The big one is that we're going to have nothing initially, and the limit to all the basic stuff is going to be 1. I can buy 1 field today. I could buy 1 piece of equipment today. I can purchase 1 animal if I see fit today. I can complete 1 contract today. So the theme here is it's all going to be about 1, but in the start from scratch, it's going to be a slow start. So we're going to actually fly through some time in this game in order to get it up and running. So a bit of time will be passing by. So this is the start area, and you start on the backside of the Old Oak, which I believe is some sort of restaurant slash bar. And I'm going to have to get used to that again, driving on the wrong side of the road. Now, the farm that you're supposed to start off with is actually this one, and I love how this is set up. So if you go around to the back side here, your storage area for the farm itself, and of course we do have working gates, working doors throughout the map. Have some storage area here outside. Have a nice size shed there, perfect for a harvester. A nice storage shed for some smaller stuff in here. A little skylight right at the top there. So plenty of storage. And we'll hop the fence. And this is a sheep enclosure. So we have sheep do their grazing here. Looks like a food trough, not a water trough. But this to me is probably the neatest feature on the entire map. Something so typical, so common in the US, but I have not seen it on any maps. We have, what do we call these grates? These animal grates that deter animals from walking across it because of the hoof patterns on various animals. It forces them to stay with it, but it allows the sheep to openly cross the road, which is just brilliant in my sense. You have You have this split grazing area for the sheep spread across the road. And that does look like the water trough right here. And actually, it's like a water storage tank, so you might be able to hook that up easily. And I'm assuming the wool would gather here with the pickup zone there. More storage here. Looks like we have, I think that's fuel. A little more storage right here, so there's plenty of storage. This is all one farm. And then around the back side here, it opens up into out here a grass field, which is perfect because sheep, well, they eat grass. So the main thing that we need for them already contained, and that is all in one field, field 22. Now, I won't be able to do sheep from day one without any grass ready to harvest, without all of the equipment that I need in order to do so. But this is where we are going to get our start in this game. So let's begin that playthrough. Field 22 and the subsequent space across the road. 147,000. Alright, day one, first objective. We own some land. Now, equipment. Well, let's venture on over to the store and we'll get ourselves some equipment. John Deere. Oh, lovely touch. The 6170R right up there with information. That is just so cool that they have added that in. So here is the shop. And is there a sell point inside? Or is it just outside the door? No. But here's another nice touch. Inside we have a number of portraits up on the walls. Some nods to some of the top mod creators and or YouTubers. Oxygen David, obviously big favorite. Lancey Boy. And I'm familiar with all but one of those on that list. I won't mention which one. But let's go ahead and visit the shop. So I think the first thing, the natural thing, is we're going to have to be able to get around on the map. So I do need a tractor right off the bat. But we can't afford to spend everything. Money's going to be tight. We're going to have to stretch this. I don't know what all we're going to get, how soon we're going to be able to get it. But we need a tractor. A small tractor could get me into a world of trouble early on. They are so limited. So I need something that's going to have a little bit of horsepower. The Case IH, it's only the 7200 Pro Series. It's a small tractor. It only does 24 miles an hour. But it already has a base 170 horsepower. What kind of wheel options do we have? Wide tires, rear twins. So we can go twins, we can go narrows. It's a lot of things that can be done with this tractor, including on the Michelin, though Trailborg seems to have a little bit wider range of options. Upgrades are things that can happen later, which, by the way, on this big one, I would only be limited to, again, one upgrade per day if I wanted. Engine setup, though, there's options. So our base is 170 horsepower. However, as you see, we can actually upgrade this to a 7250 Pro. It's another 45,000. Okay, it's not cheap, not cheap at all. But that brings us all the way up to 261 horsepower. That's got to be worth it. It's got to be. I mean, that's a huge range of possibilities and a good start at 170 horsepower. So there's our one piece of equipment for the day. Now the only thing left, because even though I have a sheep pasture now and I have somewhere to store sheep, I don't have any way to feed them, to get them water, anything along those lines. That is going to have to be put on hold past this first day, and it means as I go to step outside and see where is our tractor. Here she is. All that's left for me is a contract on this first day, and I only get one. A tractor won't get the job done alone, so I will have to borrow equipment, which will then become available here, and I might as well save my own fuel and wear and tear. So let's go ahead and take a look at what contracts are available to us here on this first day. And by the way, while I'm doing Start From Scratch, I'm also playing on a hard economy, so this is going to be a bit of a challenge. The best paying one is a plowing job. That could take a while. That could really take a while. Transport, I'm not going to get the equipment, so I've got to either do one of these two. Cultivating would definitely be a quicker job. Ultimately, we're not getting that much money out of that. Twice the area, actually, and a much bigger fee. I think I'm going to be stuck with a plow job on day one. Not a fan, but a huge difference in pay. I mean, we're going to take home $2,400. The field's half the size of the other one, so really there's not a gain by taking the cultivating job. The scale of it's scaled down significantly. So I suppose we're going to take this job. We've borrowed some equipment. There it is. Let's go ahead and hop into the Fendt. Hook up with the plow. I suppose we'll take the weight. Not that I think a weight is necessary for this job. Might as well, right? It's there. We'll use it. Alright. I love as much added realism as I can get my hands on, and so yes, I do have manual attach among a large number of other useful mods in place. Alright, so what field is this? Field 17. Where are you, Field 17? I would like to know. Hey, well, looky there. It's close. Okay, so out of the shop, hang a right, left out of the traffic circle. Oof, see, there I am doing my American thing going around the right side. So a right and a left, and it'll be up on our right hand side. Alright, we'll take that. Gotta drive left hand side of the road. Left hand side of the road. We can do it. There you go. Definitely have some traffic on this map. Now, as for a map tour, don't worry, we will, over time, complete that map tour. It will not be done all at once, but just love the detail. I mean, we've got hedges on one side, and then instead of just running another group of hedges on the other, it's spread out. Trees, bushes, kind of random foliage. Okay, left here. And it'll be up here on our right, just after this set of buildings. Animal dealer, a couple sell points here. There's a couple businesses. And just look at the color. I mean, it's just fine detail. There's the entrance. I'm going to have to open the gate, so hop out real quick. We do have a car behind us, so sorry. Be out of your way here shortly. Looks like I might need to lift that weight up a little bit. Alright, vehicle out of the way. Thanks for not honking at me, car. And this is field 17. Let's go ahead and take a better view of things, and I might also close that gate behind me. It's not exactly in the way, but it's just about in the way. Oh, come on. Oh! Thought I was clear. Not quite, not quite. Alright, well, this is a job that is definitely going to take a while, and for this series, as all my Farm Sim series on my channel, I do mix in time-lapse with regular gameplay, and as this is a contract, this is definitely not my own field, so it does not need to be perfect, but it does need to be complete, as in do enough to finish the job. So I will kind of stretch the limits a bit more when doing contracts, trying to get the most that I can get out of the width of a tool, so that it ultimately saves us time later on. Love the touch here that the lines aren't even on the edge of the field. It's really neat how they've done that. That is a unique touch that most modders won't put into their maps, and just can't speak highly enough of this map, and the wonderful attention to detail. You don't just have things randomly placed about or filler. You get an idea like, oh, I'm going to bunch 20 of this item right here and then never put it anywhere else on the map. It was just in that one little spot. That's how I would be as a map modder. I've actually thought about getting into that myself. I've kind of preset some work for a map, but go ahead and open a bit of a headland here, though. Don't like leaving quite that much because I may have to go back and get some of that at some point. But try to make some nice, clean, straight lines. It'll be easier for me to follow. Anyway, like I said, I will have a mixture of time-lapse and a live gameplay. And with this, well, it's plowing. It's not the most exciting job that you're going to do. It's 7 miles an hour and slow, which, of course, for me, it is made even slower by the fact that I do have the added realism for vehicles. Like I said, I do like to play with as much realism as I can throw into it, so my choice of mods are often related to that. Global Company is active, and a number of Global Company mods are active, and that's a first for me, as I haven't used that previously, so looking forward to getting into that and seeing the ins and outs of the Global Company. But that added realism really, really does alter gameplay a bit. It requires more horsepower to keep things going. It bogs you down, it slows you down, it makes it a lot harder to run smoothly. Though I don't think the undulation's too bad on this map, though you can see to the top right corner of my screen, which would be the northwestern section of the map, is rather hilly. But I'm going to go ahead and hop over to time-lapse as we finish our, well, one and only task for the first day. So I'm just about done with this field. Thanks to the style, the big one style, time is moving quick. 1 contract per day, no work to do on any of my own fields as we have nothing but a tractor. So it's already 4:30 in the afternoon. We will be done with this one momentarily. We'll get our $2,400 payday. One thing of note is just from a single field, which came with a farm, mind you, but from a single field and a single tractor, we have already spent half of our funds. The contract that we are completing right now is definitely not recovering any significant amount of that, and in reality is only recovering essentially 1% of what I've spent today. So a contract that recovers 1% is not exactly setting us on our way to getting on track and having the finances we need in this series. Now, loans are an option. However, loans also limited, just like everything else, for that sake of the challenge, and they're going to be limited to the equipment, to the land that we own, in terms of quantities. Each chunk of loan is $5,000. While there's a capacity, that capacity increases over time, and so I am limiting myself to, for each piece of equipment or land that we own, not including animals, for each piece of equipment or land. There we go. Contract is finished. Let's go ahead and jump out of the vehicle. I'm not even going to turn it off. They can take care of it themselves. Got to say that the pay for the job is pretty poor. But there it is, $2,400. I will not be collecting those other 2 contracts. Like I said, limit 1 per day. It's not that they don't exist. They're there, but I won't be taking them. So we jump in our case, IH Pro 7210. And all that's left to do is take our new tractor home for the night. Except, you know what? I'm going to not do that just yet. We're going to park her here. And I'll take an Uber because I know that, roughly 1 day from now, I'm going to buy another piece of equipment. I don't know what piece of equipment that is just yet. And we're just going to go for a little run out on the street just for the sake of seeing just a little bit of the map here briefly. Take that larger map just so you can see kind of where we are. This is pushing towards that back edge. And really all we have back here is this row of houses with the horse farm to our left. But love the detail, love the variety. Got the rock wall, different heights on the rock wall, and they have their own little work shed here. As we're in Britain, we'll say you have your own garden back here, shared with a neighbor. Little dirt track through the back to their garage at this house. I mean, it's just beautiful touch. Beautiful, beautiful. And just love this added detail, and that's the end of our map. Before I wrap this up, one last thing. Again, reminder, please do like and subscribe if you like what you see, you want to see more. Please do that, as it's going to really help the channel grow, help this series take off and give it a chance. But more than that, as we run through the woods, there's a trail though, I should run the trail. If you are interested in this series, and you like the idea, the concept, the big one, please participate. Contribute to what I do for this big one. This is not meant to be a jogging track, by the way. it's meant for horses, but I'll take it today. Out for a little jog. Anyway, do contribute as, here we go, a horse farm. Complete with jumps, stable tricks, yeah. Love this. Can't wait to be able to participate in this part. But if you have an idea, comment below on what you would like to see as the next item on our task list of the big one. What's the next piece of machinery that we should buy? What's the next field that we should buy? What animals should we go for? What should we aim for? Comment below to contribute. And otherwise, that will do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. And bye for now.